afternoon. It's about 1 o'clock right now, and this video so far has not had any me speaking in it. I wanted to give you guys kind of a glimpse into what Sundays typically look like for me. And also, someone had commented on, I believe, a video of mine saying that they thought it would be a really neat idea to do basically a reaction to my Sunday service, and I liked that idea a lot. So this is basically just a pretty chill vlog of, again, what Sundays typically are. And then right now I'm going to be telling you guys about service this morning. Basically, a little background before I say anything about service is me and Dustin have been trying for the majority, actually I guess all of this year, to find a church, a new church home, and I think we've actually been looking since last December.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's been a full year now. That's crazy. The church that we're going to right now, we've been going to since probably the beginning or middle-ish of summer. And we have liked it a whole lot. So this morning's service, I thought the best way to do kind of a reaction, I haven't ever done one of these to a Sunday service, but I thought that was an awesome idea. So the thing that I like a lot about the church we're going to right now is it's very, like, disciple-based, I guess is the best way for me to put it. This pastor is always talking about making disciples, and you can tell that he's very focused on church members not being just church members. He very much wants people that are going to go out into the world and be able to communicate the gospel effectively, and have a passion for doing it. So that's a reason that I felt really comfortable and I don't know, compelled to keep going to this particular church.
Well, and I think a lot of churches kind of settle into becoming sort of a social club, so it's all about getting members into that specific church building, or just growing, you know, connections within the walls of the church. And I feel like this church is more interested in people who are following Jesus rather than people who are following a church or a pastor, and people who are willing to get outside of the church and do things in the community. And I think that that's an important thing that a lot of churches kind of lack.
I think so too. In community-wise too, I think something that me and Dustin both noticed about this church very quickly, this is probably a weird thing to want in a church. Maybe not a weird thing to want, but maybe something that not a lot of people talk about. Me and Dustin visited a number of churches that were a lot of different experiences, and one thing that we noticed, which this might be a little bit sensitive, but I think that it's necessary, is certain churches only call certain kinds of people in. So this church, we were a little bit like, we couldn't get a gauge on it at first, and today I was just noticing, I haven't said anything to you, but the mix of people, and that's something that the reason we have been looking out for that, Dustin said this to begin with, and ever since he's mentioned it, I can't stop looking for it, is if you only have one kind of person in your church, you're probably not doing a very good job of trying to get your entire community in your church, if that makes sense.
Yeah, well, the church should be an at least somewhat accurate representation of the population of your area. So if your area is predominantly, say, African American, but the church is predominantly white, then the question is why? It doesn't necessarily mean you're doing something wrong, but it means you could be.
Yeah, like are you creating an environment that's comfortable for every person? Once upon a time, I went to a church that the second that someone who looked different, and I'm not just talking about a race thing, I'm talking even didn't dress the same way as the rest of the members in the church, you could tell everybody was uncomfortable by it, and that's just confusing to me why it should be uncomfortable when,
right,
especially dress. I had one situation a long time ago that came up that really had me think about that for a long time, because sometimes the best a person can do is ripped up jeans and a dirty t-shirt, and when you're at church, that's not what church is about, being in a suit or being in, you know, whatever. That's a little bit of the backstory of how we've ended up at this church. So today's service I really liked. You okay?
Yeah.
Today, our pastor was talking about passing the baton. And I liked that metaphor a lot. And he actually had a physical baton with him. And what he did was called up every single person who was the head of these groups that they have, where basically it isn't the same thing as their small groups. It's something a little bit more intense where they're really focused on making disciples out of those people.
So they have like daily assignments they have to complete, and then they meet once a week to discuss what they have done over the last week, and it's a really intense process.
So he called all of them up on stage because it being December, they're about to start a new group of groups, and then from those, the heads of the groups called up people that were going to make new groups, because the whole purpose of those specifically are for one person. Like Dustin starts a group and has 5 guys in it, and then from there those guys eventually should start their own group, and it just goes on and on and on like that. And I don't know, I just really liked it today that's what that pastor's focus is on, is about being in the community and doing your best to reach out and spread the gospel. So anyways, it was a really good service today. I hope that was in any way not a review, but a reaction to service today. I liked it. I did get a little distracted, to be honest with you guys, because I'm not feeling the best today. Right now, me and Dustin are going to go get some lunch and probably come back here and hang out for a little while, possibly. We might go run errands already while we're out, but maybe not.
Yeah.
Dustin is recovering quite well, and I'm hoping that I won't get too bad sick from what he had. But I was going to say something else. Oh, so this morning you guys saw footage of how incredibly foggy it was when I was leaving my house. I was so close to calling Dustin and saying, I cannot make it to your house because I could not see in front of my car. Yeah, it was ridiculous. But what was funny, I wish I would have kept recording as I was driving. I had a tripod set up in my driver's seat, and I basically just turned before I started driving and like let it go. So you guys have seen that footage. But when I got to the highway, it was like so much fog, and like you couldn't see cars. And then I went over one hill and it was just like gone. Literally, not like it faded out. It was like a dense. I was driving and it literally was like snow was hitting my car. It was so foggy, and then it was just gone. So here we are.
Here we are.
So we're done at the store now. We got a couple good things for the week. I very much tried to make today's grocery haul about veggies and good stuff like that. So I'm excited for that. Now we're headed home. I think we're both feeling like we've done way more than we actually have so far. I can tell that my throat's not too happy, but I have some yummy teas to try. Sorry about the sun. And I'm really excited about those.
Yeah.
So we'll probably just go home. Probably just go home and hang out with the pups for a little bit.
Yep.
I'm probably gonna take a nap, play Animal Crossing, edit, and just chill.
Yep.
Well, I think we're gonna watch another Christmas movie tonight, but I don't know which one.
I don't either. I don't know if I have another one.
Yeah, there's probably some on Netflix. Yeah, we'll see.
Yep.
So that's it for now.
Yep.
Hey guys, so I'm at home now. I'm watching The Office and I'm having some cherries. I got super sick feeling while I was at Dustin's house. I still don't feel very good, but it helps that I'm just like in my bed laying down. I'm going to start editing today's vlog, and I had a couple of things planned to do today that we just didn't get done. I think this cold or whatever this is completely has knocked Dustin out, and he's like almost on the full road to recovery, and I'm like just starting this sickness, so I think we're both just really, really tired. So anyways, I'm just going to chill and relax the rest of the night probably and keep eating my cherries. I got some pomegranates today as well, and I also got some mint tea and some throat coat tea, which is supposed to be really good. So I think I'm going to have my cherries and then maybe have some tea as well, and then just try to take it easy. So yeah, thanks for watching this vlog. Sorry it wasn't more eventful, but hopefully over the next couple days we'll do some fun stuff, whether I feel like it or not, because I'm just like ready to do something. I feel like I've been so sedimentary for like a long time now. But anyways, that's it for right now, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye.